Welcome to Learning to Glow, a show about wellness, skin health, and self-development. I'm your host, Jess. I'm a mom, entrepreneur, and skincare expert. I'm so excited to share tips on how to achieve healthy skin and bring amazing guests in the field of health, fitness, aging gracefully, and personal growth. Let's explore all different ways we can take care of ourselves as women, both inside and out, to truly shine. So let's get glowing. Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today. I have a solo episode for you, and I am sharing some of the new fall beauty I am currently implementing into my regimen. I'm sharing some new brands too that I have been trying out and only sharing the ones that I have been loving. This is not a sponsored episode in any way. I just like to share what works for me with y'all. So if you're interested in learning more about any of the things that I'm sharing in this episode today, make sure to go to the show notes. I'm going to list everything there, everything that I've tried and why I'm trying it. You know, I'll get into it in the episode, but there are some things that I'm working on with my health and like things I want to try out for fun, like for beauty purposes. And that is what I'm going to be sharing with you guys. You will find all the links in the show notes, and just make sure you share this with someone that you think would benefit from it as well. So enjoy, and thanks again for being here. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Learning to Glow podcast. I'm your host, Jess. Thank you so much for being here. I wanted to do another kind of a part 2 of a solo episode that I did back in August, which was episode 135, Trends and Hot Skin Tips in 2025 for Aging Skin Concerns. And I know a lot of you loved that episode. I talked about different treatments and products that I am loving in 2025. And I wanted to do a little updated version of that episode because it was so popular. And I wanted to talk about fall and what I've changed in my own life with my beauty. And when I talk about beauty here, I'm going to be talking also about the external and the internal. So I have talked about this many times on the podcast, beauty from the inside out. So what we do internally affects our skin and our overall health. So that is how I'm going to sort of break this episode up. We're going to talk about the external first, and then we're going to talk about supplements and different things that you can do on the inside to help with your beauty routine. And I am excited because I've actually been trying some new products, some that I've been using that I'll mention too, but some brand new products to me. Most of these brands are small businesses and mostly a lot of female founded, which I love to support and promote, especially as someone who has her own small business. So that is what today is going to be all about. Starting with the external. I am very big on patches, and we've talked about this. I've talked about my favorite one that I have been using for my face, and that is Sealed. These are patches that you put on your forehead and around your face to help like freeze your muscles while you're sleeping. And I love them. They're amazing and they're comfortable. I also struggle with aging on my chest. So as an esthetician, I always recommend that people apply their skincare from their face all the way down to their chest. If your chest is exposed to the environment and to the sun, we need to treat it just like we treat our face. So a lot of people will see a disconnect between the skin on their face and the skin on their neck and their chest. So I wanted to try something that treated that area. They have neck and chest patches, but I wanted to try some chest patches. So I tried this brand called Bloom Body. And by the way, everything that I talk about in this episode, I'm going to include in the show notes. So if there's something that you're interested in checking out, I will have the website and the name of every single product that I mention in this episode. But Bloom Body, they have face too, but I really wanted to do something to work on my my chest. So I've been using their patches, and what it really helps with is like fine lines and wrinkles. And this is also, as our skin creases over time, we can get damage. And this is going to help with supporting the collagen structure and improving circulation. I really like these because they're so easy to use. You just literally put them on. I'll show for the people who are watching, I'll just show the box, what it looks like. They're just these patches like this, and you just put them right on your chest. And they have all the directions. They're multi-use. It's not like a one-time and done. So it's very friendly to the environment. And I have been really loving that. As somebody who likes to just give information on how you can help protect that area, not only are we treating the chest with our skincare and everything, but make sure that when you're applying your SPF and you're going on your walks or going to the beach, that you also put your SPF on your chest, because I feel like I'm good at that, but I still have moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, I went on a walk and my chest got color. My face, like, I'm so good about. It's just just a reminder that that part of our body gets a lot of damage, and it's really nice to treat it. So this was a product that I really, really liked. Okay. So I tried a few new skincare products as well, especially for people that aren't my skin type, because a lot of what I talk about is, drier skin types and people who have aging concerns and things like that. But I tried a really great product for hydration, and it could be for more of an oilier skin type or a normal skin type. This product is Volition Beauty Celery Green Cream. So if you like a really light gel cream, I don't know if anyone's ever tried something like this, but it's a really fun consistency. It's like not a cream and not a gel. It's like that combination of the two. Very lightweight. And this is good in layering. So if you're going to be layering skincare and you don't want something too heavy, but you want all the benefits of what serums can deliver to you and your toners, and you don't want like a heavy cream, this is a good option. I think it smells really good. It's oil free, but it's very refreshing on the skin. So that is Volition Beauty Celery Green Cream. And I like this one. Another product that I tried that I really liked and I think is very interesting is a climate skincare line. So climate responsive skincare. And I think this is amazing concept. Basically, their philosophy is that you're using skincare based on the climate that you live in. If you live on the coast, it's going to be different than your skin's going to need different things than if you lived in the desert. And as the climate changes, you can also switch up your skincare, which I think is really smart and really innovative. So they have different creams that really target different types of climate and how it functions with your skincare. So it's so interesting. They really tailor it to environmental. And so you prevent some moisture loss if say you're going into the winter, and if you're just super dry because the weather is starting to really dry up and like the humidity of the summer is gone. There's different things that they have targeted on that. And the one thing that I thought was really cool is their smoke serum. So if you're in like a climate that has pollution, heavy pollution, or if you live in an area and there's fires, like obviously I live in California, and when there's fires, you can feel it. You can see a difference in your skin from exposure to the smoke. So they have smoke drops where you can use that and then have some type of protection against the environment, which I think is, again, so smart. That is Pour Moi skincare. And I also love that they have one for like really cold climates for people who are like in the snowy areas and regions and the desert. So you can really, instead of saying, okay, I'm a dry skin, I need this or that, you can really target it based on where you live, which I think is fun. I did one new thing for my makeup. I used some new makeup that has some interesting like metallic colors for fall, which is really fun. One of my favorite things I love for makeup, because I'm very minimal. Most days I'm not wearing any makeup. I just don't want to. Like, I love when my skin can breathe, and I don't like to take the time to put a ton of makeup on. But when I do want to do my makeup, I love eyeshadows that are really easy to apply. So you can just swipe them on with like an applicator and you're done. And like a liquid eyeshadow. So I love that. And I tried a few from the brand M2U NYC, and they're vegan, cruelty free. They're super affordable, which I love. And I tried like some of their lipsticks. They have more metallic lips and the liquid eyeshadow. The liquid eyeshadow is my favorite. It's very fall forward. You can go on their website and see their colors, but they're really great. And it's so easy to apply. So if you're like not a big fan of spending tons of time doing makeup, that is a great hack. Just use a liquid eyeshadow and then it's like so easy to apply. So the thing that I do, that because I'm more natural minded, I don't get my fingernails done. I get my pedicures, but I don't get my fingernails done. And I am just so antsy in the nail salon. So I just do my feet out of necessity because I have such dry heels. But I don't love doing my fingers and I don't like to pay for it. And I don't like a lot of the chemicals that are used in the nail salon. So I have taught myself how to do my own nails and I just do them at home. But lately I've been very minimal, like no polish. And I wanted to get something that helped me so that they looked shiny, but that I wasn't actually putting nail polish on. Also, because it would chip so fast when I do it myself. And I just didn't feel like constantly having to switch my nail color and like take it off and put it back on. I still do my own nails, but I found something that I really like. And it is basically a shine that you can get without a polish. I got a kit. It's called Bare Hands Dry Gloss Manicure Kit. And it really looks so glossy and it's just no polish. You're just using your natural nails. It helps keep them really strong and healthy, which is important to me. And you just buff and gloss your nails without a polish and it gives it like a really healthy shine. Keeps your nails really strong and it looks like a professional manicure, but not having to use any polish. So if you're, for whatever reason, like me, you don't feel like going to the nail salon and doing that, or you don't want to have to do it all the time and you're more minimal with your nails, I really liked that one. And I like, just buffing out your nails instead of spending time to do a bunch of polish. I think it looks so nice. And I've always kept my nails short because of being an esthetician, but I think having them look a little nicer than just nothing completely natural is fun. It's nice to look down and have pretty nails. So that is another one that I really loved trying out this fall. Okay, so those are just some fun little beauty products that I tried this fall that I'm really loving. But my favorite is supplements and nutrition when it comes to our beauty, because we can do so much. Like if we are living a lifestyle that maybe we're eating things that disagrees with us, or we're having stomach problems because we're eating things that we know don't agree with us, or that we're sensitive to or allergic to, that can show up in our skin. And so I love adding things to my regimen, to my nutrition, supplementally to help with all of the internal nutrition. Being dehydrated is something that I always like to address because I do have a caffeine addiction. And I've talked about that before. So if I'm going to have my caffeine, I have to make sure that I'm super hydrating too. And that's one of the things that I wanted to work on this fall. And my gut, I wanted to start working on my gut a little bit more. So there are a few things that I figured out this fall that I'm starting to implement. So number one is, speaking of hydration, I think this is one of the most important things when, especially for dry skin, if we're not treating our body, not just topically with hydration, but internally, it's not going to be as great of an effect. And so I wanted something that was giving me hydration from the inside. And I found something called Nion Health, and it's formulated to support mitochondrial function and to help you feel more hydrated because of the electrolytes. So this is really at a cellular level. Beauty and our hydration is really key. I talked about this on a podcast a couple months ago. It was like, if you went out the night before and you were drinking a bunch of alcohol and then you wake up in the morning and your skin is just like dull, flaky, all that stuff. I love adding in things like this because it really helps that hydration level in your skin, and you can see a difference. Your skin will look brighter. It'll look healthier. So these, what I got from them is they're capsules. So you just take 2 capsules every day. I am loving this. So I do this every day, especially after a workout is when I've been taking them. And I think it's really great for just obviously the skin, but overall health. I'm a big fan of this one. I think it's amazing. And so the other thing that I mentioned that I wanted to start working on was my gut. And I wanted to start taking something that can help me supplement gut health because I have been having some issues with that all year. And I learned recently on a podcast that 70% of our immune system is in the gut. I want to make sure that my immune system is up, that I'm able to fight the germs that are coming home into my house after, when the kids get home from school, and have less bloating, because that's something that I've been dealing with this year. I started taking, it's called Armora, and it is colostrum. So it's basically so rich in compounds that help with the gut lining, and it also helps with the immune system. It was created by a pediatrician, and she had some health issues and decided to find a solution to help her with her health issues. And that's how her brand was born. I took this product, another flavor of the one that I have now, like a few months, maybe it was even a year ago. And I ran out and I forgot to reorder it. But I loved it. I loved it back then. And you can see on their website, they have clinical studies. They have all this information about how their products work, what their clients have seen, their customers have seen as far as results, skin results, really great for skin health, and so many different things. But the gut part is it's super effective for that. So I've only been taking it again for a few weeks and I already see a difference. And I just feel a difference in my digestion, just overall everything. And that again is going to help with the outside, our skin, especially if you're having some gut issues that usually shows up pretty quickly on the skin. And this is kind of a no-brainer, but a lot of people talk about taking collagen and peptides and things like that, because that is what makes our skin elastic. That's what gives us a firming effect, the collagen in our skin. When that starts to die down or get damaged, that's when we have wrinkles, fine lines. That's when all of that shows up. So supplementing with collagen is always recommended, especially for people who are trying to improve the appearance of their skin. So I tried a new one this fall. It's called Row Nutrition Liposomal Collagen Peptide Complex. And I like that it's in liposomes. So because it basically liposomes will encapsulate the product, the ingredients, and then is able to be released when it needs to be released. You'll just have better absorption of the product. It's also great of course, it's great for skin, but it's also great for joints, joint pain. It helps with that. I remember having really bad joint pain before I started taking this, and just collagen in general. I really struggled with joint pain, and now I don't at all. It also helps with fine lines because, again, it's helping to boost collagen in our body. So important as we age and as we are active. We need help with our joints. We need help with our joint health. And it just is another way that we can use a supplement to help us from the inside out. It's basically helping to rebuild or maintain as we age and things decline. So this one I also love. The taste is amazing because you never know what these things are going to taste like. Going back to Armora, there's different flavors too. I have the unflavored, so I just take a little bit of water and just down it really quick. It doesn't taste bad, but they have an orange flavor that I really like. And then the Row Nutrition, you want to keep it in the refrigerator because it just tastes better, but I think the taste is great. So this is something that you can use once a day, and it's super easy to use, but it's really effective. I really like it. Okay, so another thing that you can do if you're looking to improve the look of your skin, especially when you are aging, right? So things that we need to keep our skin, since we're talking about collagen, plump and firm, is we need essential fatty acids. And I always tell the story. I've told the story so many times about my grandmother and her skin, how just beautiful it was and very firm. And she was a big fan of fatty fish and taking cod liver oil, and her brain was so healthy. That was just something that stuck with me from a young age, that is something that can help with not only our beauty and our skin, but also like our brain, which is way more important that we have a healthy brain. And so I love to incorporate fish into my diet. I incorporate salmon. I incorporate, just different types of fatty fish. So omega-3 fatty acids is just amazing for the skin. And it helps to reduce inflammation, supports hydration, and protects against premature aging. And it just helps, like, the essential fatty acids help keep the skin plump, and it also supports brain health, which is the most important thing. I tried out a new box, how you can get delivery with different meats and fish, and I tried the Wild Alaskan Company. This company is 100% wild caught, which is the only kind of salmon that I'll eat. And there's no antibiotics, GMOs, additives, and it's really sustainably sourced, which is really important as well. I tell people all the time, I love frozen food because when they flash freeze it, and could be vegetables or meat or whatever, it's so fresh. It's such a great way to buy your meats and your fish if you can, whether it's at the grocery store or wherever. I love having it in the freezer and you don't have to eat it right away. I just think there's so many benefits to using frozen meat and fish. I got a box of this salmon, and it was a combination of coho salmon and sockeye salmon. And I love it. Like, I thank goodness this is one fish that my kids like and they'll eat. But this company actually has like a bunch of different box choices. So you can do one with like different, like halibut, cod, whatever. But I think one thing that we like as a family is salmon. So we can all agree on that. And I love all the benefits, especially for the skin and the brain, especially because it's like higher in fat. So that is an update of some of the new things that I've been trying for myself, for my health, for my skin. And I'm always going to share with you guys when I find something that I love. I'm going to list all of the things that I've tried that I loved. There's more too. I know that I'll share online. Go follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and I'll share some of the other things that I've been trying out. There's something that I'm trying out in the makeup department soon that I just ordered. And if it's good, I'll let you guys know, because as my skin is getting more wrinkly, foundation has been such a hassle. It's just like nothing looks as good as it used to. So I'm trying a couple things for my foundation. It's not even really foundation, but I need more like moisturizing things with a lot of hydration, and like powders are out, matte finish is out. So I'll definitely share if this product is as good as I hope it is. And go follow me online, Simply Jess Skincare, at all of the handles. If I find anything else that I forgot, I will definitely mention it there on my socials. And thank you guys. Thank you for being here. If there's something else you want to hear about, like specifically, I didn't mention hair. I haven't really tried anything new when it comes to hair, but anything in the beauty department or supplement nutrition department and you want to hear more about, let me know. I've been trying out some really fun things, and just so I can help you guys too and share everything that I learned. So thank you for being here. If you guys haven't left a review for me yet, please do on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And thanks again. And I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you next time. Thank you for listening to this week's episode. Please subscribe and review so we can reach more people who want to learn to glow alongside us. See you next time.